You might think the partnership Alabama Baptists have with New York Baptists is brand new, but it really dates back almost 60 years. Back in 1954, times were tough, especially for the folks in Andalusia, Alabama. With no jobs to be found, a group of 19 members of First Baptist Gant relocated to Niagara Falls, New York, where they found employment. One thing they didn't find, though, was a local Southern Baptist church. So they decided to start one, the Niagara Falls Southern Baptist Mission. A year later, the mission became LaSalle Baptist Church, the first Southern Baptist church in the entire Northeast. Now, fast forward almost 60 years, LaSalle's membership has dwindled to almost nothing, and the church was faced with the possibility of closing its doors for good. After meeting with an assessment team made up of Baptist leaders from New York and Alabama, the church did decide to shut their doors, so they could restart the church, essentially planting a new church in the old building. With a new name, River's Edge Baptist, and a new pastor, native New Yorker Brett Longwell, the church had a vision but needed some help. When First Gant heard the news, they jumped at the chance to support the church that they had started. So in September, a team headed back to Niagara Falls to help renovate the church building and get the word out about the new church. The experience is one that Gant member Gail Parsons won't soon forget.
I think the impact that it's had on me is realizing that behind every door is a human being that needs to know Christ. And I hope this church becomes what these people need, and that the true gospel message will be shared with the people that are behind all the doors of these houses.
That connection is also one of the reasons that 130 Baptist campus ministry students and leaders from 5 Alabama universities headed to New York City for spring break. Through Passport New York, a ministry of the Metro New York Baptist Association, the students were introduced to all 5 of New York's boroughs, then spent several days partnering with local missionaries, doing everything from prayer walking and construction to teaching English as a second language and cleaning up the streets.
This is the opportunity for me to come up here and just to see what God's doing and see a way for me to get involved. He's letting me grow and He's letting me see new things that I didn't realize, and He's just showing me more of His character through the New Yorkers and through getting to share the gospel with street vendors, which is crazy, but He's just showing me such big things that I couldn't have imagined.
Many of them have not had missions experiences in an urban setting like this, and have seen so many different types of needs, people groups in one geographic location. So I think what it does is it helps them, give them an opportunity to serve, but it also gives them a passion and a vision for what they can do elsewhere, and even to come back to New York City sometime in their life.
Now connections are being made all over the state, with room for many people to help. And remember, all of the Baptist work in New York and the entire Northeast can be traced back to one Alabama Baptist church who had the vision to plant another church in Niagara Falls, making for a very special connection.
When I take into account the number of churches all across the Northeast, we can trace the beginning of over 1,000 congregations back to the early beginning of Gant Baptist Church sponsoring a new work in Niagara Falls. We've had this connection going for all of these years. Now we're just coming back to an official recognition of the partnership that began long ago but has continued throughout that time.